Greetings, and welcome to the USS McGinley. This is the improvised generation on screen. We are a fan-based show of professional improvisers and actors based in Los Angeles. We are completely unaffiliated with CBS, but that's okay. Our live show, The Improvised Generation, ran for 5 successful seasons here in Los Angeles. And thanks to the world right now, we have moved our show on screen. And you are here for the pilot episode of the on-screen version. If you would like to support us and the upkeep of this show, as it took backgrounds and music and many artists collaborating to get this show up and running, there's a donate button on your screen. We welcome you to partake in it. Or you can simply enjoy for free because that's what you need right now. Everything you're about to see is completely improvised. The only things that are planned in advance are our recurring characters who have existed since 2015. But you might see some new characters that we haven't met before and we'll be discovering today. To get our show started, we asked you in the chat for a suggestion. It turns out you have not been asked a suggestion yet. So I would like to ask you right now, what is a reason to travel? Any reason at all, whether it feels Trekkie to you or whether it feels contemporary, 21st century, go ahead and type it into the chat and our mods and our technical improviser, Raishel, will get that suggestion to us so that we can begin our show. I have nothing more to say, so let me improvise a little bit right now. My name is Sara Mountjoy-Pepka and I'm Lieutenant Janie Bootes. I'm the Chief of Engineering on the USS McGinley. You're also about to meet our captain, our commander, our thank you. I have the suggestion, but I'll finish introducing our Chief Medical Officer and our counselor. And now, because this is improvised, we have your suggestion, and that is to feel alive. A reason to travel is to feel alive. Let's go check out the McGinley. It's something I've always wanted, to dig through the caverns on Parsec 3, and I did. I was in them and I could feel the rocks around me caving in, getting close. I could feel the water trickling on my arms. I could feel the grit underneath my fingertips. And it was all thanks to you, Counselor Chu'lak, completely thanks to you. You're the one who suggested that I take that shore leave. You're the one who suggested those caves, and I have come back feeling refreshed and delighted by everything around me. I just want to take this feeling and I want to lean it in to the rest of my work. I want everyone on this ship to feel as alive as I do, and I want everything that I am doing to feel alive as I'm doing it. Do you understand, Lieutenant Huuurgh? Have you felt this way before?
Yes, absolutely. Yes. Ah, that's fantastic. Energizing.
It is so energizing. Counselor, I can't thank you enough. What a brilliant suggestion.
Certainly, Boots. I'm very happy for you. It's important for one to relax and unwind, to let your mind calm itself, especially for you, Boots. Your mind is always racing.
So interesting, because I usually like the way my brain works. But now I feel a new type of exuberance, the same amount of energy and drive, but it's a smooth sailing. Well, I can only hope that my work is greatly improved by this. Huuurgh, you'll have to keep me accountable since we're working together on the Proton Project.
It would be my honor, Boots.
the energy levels on the alpha protons, Huuurgh.
Aye, Lieutenant.
And then let's bump up the beta as well. Why not? Give it more energy.
Lieutenant, I have to say, this renewed energy that you have experienced, I feel like it's infectious. I don't know. I feel as though I am operating at over 100%, even though that is physically impossible. I don't know what it is about it, but ever since you came back from that trip and described your wanting to refocus and re-energize everything, I feel like a new Cation.
Well, Huuurgh, maybe you have a new 100%. Maybe you simply weren't operating at 100% before. What are you going to do with all of this energy?
I wasn't working at 100% before. I have no idea. I sincerely apologize, Lieutenant. I didn't know that I wasn't doing my best. I will endeavor to do better, to do more.
Excellent. Well, you can start by bumping up on the beta levels because you haven't done that yet.
Right, the beta levels. Thanks, Lieutenant.
Space, the final frontier. These are the voyages of the starship McGinley. Its continuing mission? To explore strange new worlds, to seek out new life and new civilizations, to boldly go where no one has gone before. Starring Aliza Pearl as Captain Georgia Thompson.
Paul Hungerford as Commander Jack Deadman.
Scott Palmason as Dr. Alistair Scott.
Sara Mountjoy-Pepka as Lieutenant Janie Bootes.
Hector Navarro as Lieutenant Huuurgh.
And Rob Ullett as Counselor Chu'lak.
Well, feels good to finally get everyone back on board, Captain. I'm eager to get back on duty and get our systems operating. This new proton power makes me a little concerned, I have to admit.
Yes, but I'm excited because Bootes, as you know, is such a creative engineering mind. And she says that this Proton Project could really pack in some power for us.
Yes, of course. I have the utmost faith in Lieutenant Bootes, of course. Just the idea of that much power, that much energy being used, it often makes me nervous.
That's interesting, Deadman. You don't strike me as someone who would be afraid to flex their power. Usually, you're the first one to be showing off how well you play the mandolin.
Yes.
Your upright bass skills are amazing. And of course, we all know about your dalliances on several planets.
Well, let's just say my fingers do the work when it comes to the mandolin. Well, I have to admit, Captain, I guess this old dog maybe has learned a few new tricks. Thinking about that much power, I just want to make sure it's in the right hands.
Well, I think Janie has turned over a new leaf. You know, she has had some mishaps with the engines in the past, but she is running some new safety protocols, and I'm sure the Proton Project will be flawless.
You're right. I'm sure I'm just being overconcerned. Report. Well, I'll check it out myself. Give me a second here. Seems to be an overload in engineering.
Ah,
Right, Commander. This isn't good, Captain. It's, like Commander said, it's some sort of an overload happening in engineering. It doesn't make any sense. I've never seen readings like this before.
Deadman, get to engineering ASAP.
On my way.
Davies, are you all right? Get yourself down to sickbay. I'll wrap up here.
Janie!
Yes, Commander!
What happened?
The proton power cell's overloaded. It wasn't part of my predicted analysis. It's not a problem. We'll get the atmospheric conditions back under control. No more smoke. Everything will just be fine in a few minutes. No reason for you to be here, Commander.
Is the containment field ruptured in any way?
Davies, get yourself down to sickbay. Containment field is holding at 80%. Should be fine. Absolutely part of what I had predicted.
You predicted there would be a 20% decrease in containment?
Well, Commander, if you want to increase power, there will always be a decrease in containment. That's the law of Caverns. The law of Caverns states that the more power you add, the less containment there is. It has to do with the nebulous of the cell.
Understood. It's holding for now.
It is. It's holding just fine. The explosions only caused minor injuries, Commander, but
Janie.
it will not happen again, I assure you.
Janie, you have plasma burns on your arm.
It's incredible, Chu'lak. It's incredible that checkers has evolved to a point where a Vulcan and a man can go head to head.
Yes, very impressive, Doctor. Men have been in competition for a very long time. I don't know why it's so surprising to you.
Does nothing give you that gusto? As a Vulcan, you are born into that which does not attach yourself to emotions. But isn't man emotional? Doesn't chess free the mind when work is slow?
Yes, I suppose you are correct, Doctor. Chess and other games like it give the mind something to focus on. It gives us direction. It gives us strength, I think, in times of emptiness, in times of leisure.
But isn't it exciting? We're playing, Chu'lak. I listen to you, I feel like I'm reading the Hippocratic Oath forwards and backwards.
I mean, perhaps for you to play a game of chess against a Vulcan is, as you say, exciting. For myself, it is merely trivial to play against a human. It is requiring the smallest amount of my brain. Checkmate, by the way.
How did that happen?
What you're saying, Bootes, is that you were able to contain the field for now, but the proton is safe. You believe that's true?
That is correct, Commander. Captain, there's something that you also didn't know. When the proton expanded, it actually went slightly beyond the edge of our ship. So our energy, though we had an explosion, did increase overall in the McGinley.
Right. Do we have a report on how much damage was caused by that explosion?
Yes. Huuurgh, would you care to share the damage?
Absolutely, Lieutenant, yes. The damages we know was on decks 4, 9, and 12. However, the specificity to what the captain is asking is upwards of 20%.
20%? Bootes, you know I support your projects and your ingenuity, but 20% is the type of loss that we can't stand to have. And I know you can fix that damage, but what if we were called away on a rescue mission?
Captain, think about it this way. We're hearing increasing reports of agitation in the Delta Quadrant. We don't even know what we'll be facing within the next 10, 15 years. It might arrive today. We might have a Borg attack tomorrow, and we don't have the capacity to fight them off. I would say the ability to expand beyond our current limitations is a risk absolutely worth taking time and time again. Do you want to be the captain that lets down the Federation in the case of an unknown attack? Or do you want to be the captain that defeats an unknown enemy?
Bootes.
Counselor Chu'lak. Funny seeing you here in the corridor.
Yes, very surprising to bump into you here after we just left playing chess together.
You'll be glad to know I checked Janie's arm and it's all healed. Bioscans indicate it was just level green.
That's good. I'm glad. But I sense that's not all you've come to talk to me about.
Oh, I'm here to talk about many things, but mainly, tag, you're it.
Sorry, excuse me?
Have you ever played tag before?
Tag? No, I have not played this game. What is it?
It's an evolved version of a chase, if you will. So I tag you, and then you try to tag me. It's an ongoing battle, and it's exciting, Chu'lak. It's invigorating, especially when you are between tasks.
I see. So, between counseling patients, I will run up and down the corridors of the ship looking for you to touch you.
No, it's not that clinical. See, where I come from, exploration is not just about the clinical trials. It is about finding something in yourself that has been lost, something exciting. I don't just heal Janie or look after my patients. I get invigorated by it. I get excited. And I tap into that kid who wanted to have fun. Don't you ever just want to have fun, Chu'lak?
Well, I suppose when I learn about a new emotion or work with a patient and successfully see that they've taken to my advice. Take Janie, for example. When she came back, she was so uplifted and invigorated. That brought me a sense of accomplishment, joy even. Is that what you're talking about, Doctor?
I have an opportunity for you. At some point today, I'm going to tag you, and you will be it. Got it?
I think so.
Smell that fresh air. Janie, do you know why I called you to the holodeck? To this program?
I do not know why you have brought me to the dual waterfalls of Vulcan North. No.
You recently had a wonderful trip to the caverns. And when you came back, you were invigorated and inspired to operate at 100+%. And I commend that, because honestly, I didn't think you could operate at more than 100%.
I didn't either, Captain.
You always,
But I managed to.
and you always do. You always give your all. You always push for the best outcome. And even when things don't go wrong, you never give up hope. And I just want to remind you that it's okay to just take a rest. You know, maybe the Proton Project could get us superpowered. Maybe it could help us fight the Borg. But if it's going to erode 20% of you every time you do it, it's not worth it.
Are you eliminating my project, Captain?
I'm not going to make that decision yet. I want you to decide if this project is truly worth moving forward. But as your captain, I'm also going to tell you I cannot stand to take any more losses to this ship.
Lieutenant Huuurgh, as much as I can tell, it would appear that most of the breach is completely contained. We should be at full capacity in about another hour.
That is correct, Commander. Yes.
I don't understand these protons. They spin around in different directions, almost like they're chasing one another. Confusing.
It was a complex system that Lieutenant Bootes had devised. I am honestly at a loss myself to try and explain some of the science to you, Commander, but rest assured, it increased productivity. But at what cost?
Well, there's one thing I've learned working next to Bootes. You should expect the unexpected. She's brilliant. And at the same time, sometimes not as cautious as she should be. But that's life, isn't it? If you don't revel in it, what's the point?
Commander, may I speak freely?
Of course.
Jack, I'm worried about Janie. I was there. I was helping her on the Proton Project, and perhaps I made a mistake. Perhaps I let her infectious enthusiasm get to me. But, Commander, perhaps it was not my place to do this, but I looked up her medical report. And Dr. Scott said that she came in with a level green injury. However, she felt no pain. Jack, what I'm trying to say is I'm worried about her. I'm worried about her burning herself out. It's dangerous.
It's all right. I'm sure Dr. Scott will make sure he covers every thing he needs to cover to make sure she's all right. Your concern is valid. I'll check in with Dr. Scott, of course. See if he's found anything strange.
Thank you, Commander.
Counselor, may I join you?
Yes, of course, Boots, of course.
Why do you look so agitated and looking around?
Excuse me. Well, Dr. Scott has been very peculiar today. He said something about tagging me. I'm just keeping a sharp eye out, just in case.
Understand. May I
Yes.
sit?
What's that?
May I sit?
Please, join me. What brings you here, Boots? Is there something that you require? More counseling, perhaps? More excellent advice?
Counselor, your advice to send me to those caves, I felt, was some of the best advice I've ever received. And in fact, it's some of the only advice I've ever followed, particularly from you. I felt different. Different than I've felt since leaving Mars. I felt grounded, I think is the right word. Maybe that's because I was under the ground. The captain has asked me to shut down my Proton Project. And I felt elevated, escalated, working on that project, better than I felt in my life. And now receiving negative feedback from her, I feel dulled, empty. I feel nothing.
That is a difficult choice to be put before you, Boots. I understand how much you put yourself into your work. But maybe, instead of looking externally, you should be looking internally. You've come back refocused, re-energized. But instead of putting that back into the warp core, back into the engineering room, why don't you put that right there, into yourself?
There's nothing for me to work on. I don't understand.
Well, that's the mystery of psychology, Boots. Some things you need to sort out for yourself.
Captain.
Well, Deadman, I am glad to see that we have all the repairs done since that incident. But we need to discuss Janie.
Yes, we do, Captain.
You know how I feel about supporting my officers. You know how I feel when I feel that pride when people take initiative and want to improve things. But when is it too far? When do we step in and say, stop what you're doing?
I think, Captain, as always, we must put the lives of crew and the people who are connected to this crew first. I would have to say you made the right choice. That doesn't mean the project has to end forever. It just means we have to make sure that we get everything back under control. Captain, I think there's something you should be aware of. Lieutenant Huuurgh informed me that when Lieutenant Bootes was injured, she felt no pain. I'm waiting for a report from Dr. Scott in regards to this, but I'm not sure why yet. I don't think any of us are. I'm still working on the protons that were released during the accident, but my report isn't complete.
Deadman, when I was a little girl growing up on Kronos, there was a Klingon boy in my grade school, and he would always jump off of the highest pillar in the playground. And when the teacher would ask him why he did that, he would say because he doesn't feel anything. That boy broke so many bones in his leg over and over just because he couldn't feel it. Is Janie putting herself in harm because she needs to feel something?
Use it!
Lieutenant Bootes! Quickly, hang on!
Reroute to the subharmonic processors. Stabilize! Stabilize the alpha and the beta protons.
Bridge to engineering! What the hell is going on down there?
Got it under control, Commander! Don't worry about it.
I'm sealing off engineering!
Huuurgh! 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 Your ears are on fire! Get out of here! They're on fire!
I'm leaving without you, Bootes!
Get out of here, and that is an order, Lieutenant.
I'm sealing off engineering! Ooh.
Bridge to engineering, report!
Cores destabilized, Captain. We are sealing off engineering.
Red alert, all hands on deck. Evacuation immediately.
Huuurgh, get out of here. I know I told you to follow my advice about living bigger, but this is not the time to do it.
And this isn't the time to showboat, Bootes!
I am not
Taking this
showboating.
too far!
Take care of my project, Huuurgh.
You were
This is not your project. Get out of here.
You were phasing in and out of reality just a second ago. I saw it. Don't tell me I didn't see it. I'm gonna help you with this, and that's it.
You saw that?
Yes.
Huuurgh, please, don't tell Captain. Don't tell the Commander. I can't have them know. Please, your ears are still on fire, Huuurgh.
Bootes.
I am begging you, Huuurgh. They will decommission me.
Don't ask me to do this. You're my friend. You need help. We have to get you to sit
I
there.
don't feel anything inside unless I am working on something in this room. Do you understand me? I don't feel any emotions at all unless I am in engineering, making something go wrong. What is wrong with me?
I don't know.
Captain, power is at 20%. We're unable to break from these quartents for the time being. I've sealed off engineering. Janie, and Lieutenant Huuurgh are trapped inside.
Captain. Commander.
Doctor?
I have the report. Janie is phasing.
Phasing? Phasing how?
Bioscans indicated nothing at first, just green level threats. As you know, to the human body, it's minor.
Dr. Scott, just one moment, please. I hate to interrupt this, but when you walked in the room, you tapped me on the shoulder. Is this it? Is this the moment? Is this the tag?
Chu'lak, I am not playing a game right now. I'm reporting something much different.
Right, but I'm playing the game now, right? Should I tag the captain or should I tag Jack Deadman?
We will continue your game of tag later. Dr. Scott Deadman, follow me down to engineering.
Yeah.
Captain.
I didn't say anything at first, Janie. I felt it wasn't my place. But after seeing this, you're clearly phasing in and out of reality. I've never seen anything like it. I don't know how to help you, Janie.
Thing that I picked up in the caves. That's where I had the idea for the Proton Project. To take proteins and just split them. Turn them into protons, which then splits again, and thus destabilizing reality in order to create more of all of this.
I'm sure Dr. Scott could help, but we're stuck here in engineering. But Janie, tell me more about the caves. The caves. Why did you decide to go down there?
Well, I went there because Counselor Chu'lak recommended them to me. They're supposed to be relaxing and invigorating for people who like crawling through small spaces like Jeffrey's tubes, the way I do.
Makes sense. Counselor Chu'lak, he's operating on another level. I swear, sometimes you try to play checkers with him, and he's straight up playing chess.
That's how I feel. Like I'm trying to play checkers, but the actual world is chess, and I'm just trying to navigate my way through it. And the world keeps getting more complicated, which I love, but I don't know. I'm phasing again, aren't I?
No, you're coming in and out of focus, Janie. Just hang on. Just listen to the sound of my voice and my purring.
Huuurgh, I can't touch the command keys anymore. You're gonna have to get me out of this. I can't help myself.
Okay.
I've always been able to help myself, Huuurgh, and I can't help myself right now.
I will get you out of this, Janie. Just tell me what to do. Tell me what the command codes I have to enter should be.
Start by scanning my protons.
Of course. Scanning, initiating now.
And now, look to see whether there is a quantum flux at the subharmonic level.
Oh, yes. Subharmonics. Why didn't I think of that? It's usually
Stop thinking, Huuurgh.
It's okay. It's okay, Janie. Just hang on.
Huuurgh,
Just hang on, Janie. Just hang on.
I just tell you, I know I can't feel much right now, but I can tell that you're a good friend.
Well, I'm getting some sort of an energy reading. It's a beaming signal. Wait! Dr. Scott is beaming into engineering.
Of course, because of the way that I set up the proton scanner, you can beam in, but you can't beam out.
Lieutenant Huuurgh, I need you to take 10 cc's of antiprovaline and just start splashing it at her. Go, start splashing antiprovaline at her. It'll calm her nerves. Janie, tell me about the first time we met. Tell me the first time we met.
Stardate 4712.3.4. My first commission day on the McGinley. I came to you because I had broken my arm.
That's right.
While climbing up onto the second level of engineering, trying to make the access tube a little bit easier to reach from the first level. I'd been ordered there by Ensign Davies, who saw the blood sticking out of my arm and the bone.
And what did we play? What did we play?
We played checkers.
Yes.
To play checkers with my right arm while you fixed my left arm.
Yes.
I had never played before because it's not a Mars game.
No.
And you told me it was simple. I just needed to see a barrier and hop right over it. No complex moves. Just a simple relationship with the world. And then you said that quote from that philosopher that you like so much.
Yes. Captain of our fairy band, Helena is here at hand, and the youth mistook by me, pleading for a lover's fee. Shall we their fond pageant see? Lord, what fools these mortals be.
Captain, bridge to Captain. Radiation levels in engineering are dropping.
Noted. Thompson to engineering. I'm right outside the door. Janie, are you okay?
Can now touch the command keys, Captain. But our engineering is still shut off. The protein field has expanded beyond. I believe I have stopped phasing thanks to the doctor's quick work.
We've got Ensign O'Reilly down in the engine room doing all that he can to contain things. Janie, I want you to listen to me. We are here for you. We are not going to let you fade away, no matter what.
I think I have an idea, Captain.
Captain, as far as I can tell, we've got most of the systems back online. It'll still be a few more days until we're able to actually depart, but Starfleet has been notified.
Right. Most importantly, we got our Janie back.
You're right. That is the most important part of this.
Or is it... Tag, you're it, Jack.
Captain, permission to leave the bridge?
Permission granted.
And that's when I remembered. The proton field had only expanded when I felt expanded. There was something about the way in which my proteins were connected to some type of inner emotion. You know, it's funny, Huuurgh, I always thought about emotion as being not real, not tangible, you know? But I think there must be something physical about the way we feel. Because when I actually felt alive and I was connected to the Proton Project, I expanded the energy of the ship. So in order to bring the ship back to normal, to bring us back to normal so that we could escape from engineering, I had to stabilize myself. I had to stabilize my feelings. So I took a deep breath and I thought about all the ways in which you have been a good friend to me these past few months since you came on board. Shall I list them for you?
Boots, knock it off.
It's true, though. You jumped right in at engineering. You asked me how you could support me. You were excited about my ideas. But the key moment that I thought of when we finally stabilized was when you asked me for chocolate sundaes and 10 forward. Do you remember that?
I'll be honest, there's been so many, I can't recall, but I appreciate that, Janie.
Here's the thing. I've been serving on the McGinley for 5 years, and I have, I believe, developed friendships with many of my crew members. But I had gotten used to that feeling. I had shifted everyone into a colleague space. You were a new entity, and I realized I was becoming friends with you. And I was able to remember that.
You know, back home on Kate, my people are, I would argue, too in tune with their emotions. There are so many artists and philosophers. It is a highly advanced culture of social awareness and their feelings. The reason I joined Starfleet was because I felt like I never quite fit in. I was always more clinical, tactical, more science-minded, more adventurous. I don't know. Maybe I'm painting my entire people in too broad of a stroke, but I feel as though I have brought some of that with me, and I may have had an unfair advantage when you asked me to join you on that project. I was in tune with my emotions, and I felt that maybe my friend was pushing herself too far. So it seemed like we both had something to learn, I guess.
Seems like we're a good pairing, Huuurgh.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. And I just have one more thing to say.
Yes?
Tag, you're it.
What is that?
Hello all, and thank you for joining us for our premiere episode of the Improvised Generation Onscreen. We are delighted to be here on the Outpost 13 channel, and happy to be with our friends and hosting our show here. If you would like to be able to watch this show going forward and any of the shows on Outpost 13 at any time, all you need to do is subscribe to the channel. Don't want to miss a single episode. Also, again, if you enjoyed the show, if you have been longing for live theater over the past many months and you want to see the show moving forward, again, please visit the donate button somewhere down at the bottom of your screen. And if that's not possible for you, of course, we're glad that you're here. Please tell your friends if you enjoyed the show, spread the word. We'll be here every Saturday at 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, all the way through December 12th. If you didn't enjoy the show, that's your prerogative. Nobody cares about your opinion. Thank you so much and have a great rest of your afternoon.